Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late out of date. My asshole. It is time for your late out of date Smackdown review. Grab your Coca-Colas, drink them magnificently. It's 5 minutes ago. Oh shit, oh shit. I can drink any time of cold time now. Cheers. Except I basically, take some supplements at a certain time. I can't really, use it. But other than that, it's time to talk about SmackDown here. I didn't get to do the reviews last night because I was just very tired. I had stuff to do this week and I just, you know. But yeah, the SmackDown's back in the States. Not gonna lie, the show was better than like last week. A much better show than usual, I will say. The beauty of this show, I will say, compared to like recent SmackDowns or just SmackDown in general, or just let's just say WWE in general. The beauty of why I would say the SmackDown was not as bad as usual is because again, they had a revolving issue that went throughout the show, and again, you had your top stars revolve around the show. Why can't we do that anymore? Like, why is it like every time when you do a segment, it's like a one and done finish instead of like revolving around the show? What they did on this show, they had what was about CM Punk's favor. He opened the show, then something about him in the middle of the show, and then in the end of the show, he was there to like whatever issue was going on. Like, why can't we have this? Like, why can't we have something like that with WWE? I will say my only criticism is that's the fucking favor that they came up with. The favor of the idea. So this entire show is rolled on what's CM Punk's favor, which they left the cliffhanger last week and decided to make the show basically what it is about, and it's the fucking favor. And the favor he gave is just fucking dumb in my honest opinion. Like, that's really, like, who the fuck cares? Like, all this build up, and that's the favor. I'm sorry, that's really not exciting. Not saying the show is bad, but really, to me, that's like a kind of letdown, if you ask me. Whatever. Anyways, the show started with CM Punk. A loud pop for CM Punk. All the fans were like, yeah, CM Punk, because they were in Chicago. I'm gonna break your face. Like, they were in Chicago. Punk comes out and says, I don't know where to begin, but he told me that this is the best, the best TV audience is overseas, but I knew we were coming to Chicago. Rico, give me this. This is the best audience. They told me they were the best overseas crowd. But where are you at, Chicago? Let me see. Chicago, don't listen to them. We don't have to listen outside, boys. A little fact, it's like he showcased the freaking crowd. Oh yeah, he was like listening to the crowd, and it's like they were kind of wasting time. Like, I understand giving the crowd the energy, whatever, but like, come on. Who the hell cares when your TV viewer actually do something? You know what I mean? Anyways, Punk says, a little fact, I wasn't supposed to be here. Stop me if I heard it. I was born in Silver Cross Hospital with a cord around my neck and I came out blue. They had to bring me back to life. I'm not supposed to be here. Every time it came out on television, no matter where it is, in every city around across the world, Netflix, USA, doesn't matter. My goal is to make new fans every single time. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, TV land, please forgive me while I take the time to not make new fans. But it's thank 16,000 strong, my hometown friends and family. When I tell you you're not supposed to be here, well, you say, well, who's gonna make me leave? And that's exactly what I've done every single time. I lace my boots. Hell, every time I go to the grocery store, they tell me, you're not supposed to be here. I buy groceries, I pay them, and I leave. So he's saying, like, oh, I want to thank the 16,000 strong in crowd. Like, you guys barely make any new fans anyways. But you do this every week, too. You guys always freaking... How are you making fans with the fucking crowd, like, again, like, focusing on the crowd chants and doing dumb shit for the crowd, and basically treating the show as a house show? Just saying, you're contradicting yourself. Contradict yourself, Punk. And ladies and gentlemen, nothing has changed. I don't know if I heard this, but I don't think if you heard this, I'm gonna be in the main event of WrestleMania. I deserve it, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I earned it. I started back here in Chicago, and they said, you're not supposed to be here. I trained in the Steel Domain in Irvine and Central, and they said, you're not supposed to be here. I signed my contract here. They said, you're not supposed to be here. I praised out, dressed like Al Capone, right there on John Cena's gangster car, WrestleMania, referring to WrestleMania 22. And he says, that's all you're going to get. Kid, you're not supposed to be here, and to me, that's where the hard work begins. So I appreciate everybody congratulating me, and as I walk through the airport coming into O'Hare, they said, "Good luck, Punk. Congratulations, you made it." And I'm here to let you guys know now the hard work begins. I'm the product of this town. I want to have to thank every single one of you. Please forgive me while I'm thanking you. I want to thank my beautiful wife, April, first. She's gonna be a little mad at me, I think, but I also want to thank my puppy, Larry. Oh, Larry, because Gary got pretend like his puppy's very tough. They always want to mention all these fucking weird fans like the fucking care about. They act like they know CM Punk, where they're gonna fucking care about Larry in a weird way. You know what I mean? These are weird people. There's so many people to thank. I need to be by coming out on television, thanking each and every one. He's a good start. Without this city, I won't be where I am today. I'm gonna have a day of WrestleMania. I promise you. I'm gonna whip Seth Rollins' ass, and I'm gonna put a beat on the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns on the main event of WrestleMania. Keep in mind, the only reason this guy is getting the main event of WrestleMania is literally because it's 2 nights now. He would not ever main event probably in 1 night, unless if they did something. But come on here, think about it. The World Heavyweight Championship with Gunther and Jey Uso is not main event in night 1. Not that I give a fuck. But seriously, won't it make sense if CM Punk instead maybe won the Rumble then? Wouldn't have that made more sense? If you want to have a CM Punk main event, won't that have made some sense to have CM Punk actually won the Rumble instead? I feel like that would have been a much better alternative. Punk versus Gunther, that would have made sense from night 1 main event. Or if you want to make this whole entire thing make sense with him, Punk, Rollins, and Reigns, the favor should have been that Punk, he gets a shot no matter what the main event, maybe 2-night WrestleManias, and he gets to probably no matter what, he gets a title shot whenever. If he was to win this match, that's why I thought the cliffhanger should have been, or this how the show ended. It's revealed. If Punk wins this match, or whoever wins this match, they have an opportunity to be the automatic #1 contender for the WWE Championship. That's easily would have been a great way to have that cliffhanger, or at least end the show where it makes sense. But I want you on my corner, Paul. Come on, give me a break. Who the fuck cares? That's just so lame and kind of gay. You know what I mean? Whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. I came into Chicago. I want to apologize, lads. I don't disrespect the second city saying I absolutely positively assure you, no disrespect for the best friend in the world, the second city, the best in the world, CM Punk. CM Punk then says, I want to thank you. Good Lord, you can't escape ACW. And Paul Heyman I thank you. But tonight, that's not Chicago. What do you do for your wise man and ask for you instead of the wise man could do for you? But the first thing I can do is a phrase that they're going to be the voice of the voiceless. CM Punk, damn it. God damn it, you belong here. You belong in this ring. You belong in Chicago. Oh, God, you belong in the main event of WrestleMania. The two of us standing here inside the ring, I came up with you because Jacob, Solo, and Tamatonga were breathing through my neck, and we didn't want to put me through the next week put me through a table in Madison Square Garden and put me to the longest I've ever been out. Then when I was fired. That's not funny. Then you had your match, Drew McIntyre whoop his ass, and you were so confident of never coming back. Then I begged you, I pleaded you that there's 4 and 5 on War Games, and my tribal chief's in trouble, and I don't have another way to get out, and I turned to you. And you said, yes, that's just so long as you give me a favor. And then CM Punk says, you have a favor, another favor, stop pilling favors. Ladies and gentlemen, what can I do for you? And Paul Heyman then says, please tell me what a favor I owe you right now, because Roman Reigns doesn't want to be will not be happy, he'll be pissed. Have you heard about his father, Sheikah? Do you know what happens when these Samoans get angry? And then CM Punk says, "Did I say did you say he's not here?" And then Punk's like, "Yes, he's training for WrestleMania, but he'll be here soon." And then like CM Punk said, "As he should be, you know." And I think his favor is none of his business. But you know, I'll let all the friends know when the Big Chief shows up tonight. So this leads to the cliffhanger, kind of like hook to see what's gonna happen in the end of the show. Which I'm happy that they did something like this. It just like, again, knowing what the favor is, and just like, really, this whole feud is about a favor. Like, that's the whole feud is about, and this entire feud is literally just about Paul Heyman now. Like, come on here. Whatever. First match, we get the debut of Rey Fenix, which was literally similar to Penta, when how he debuted, like, "This is my future! This is my WWE! This is my new era!" Like, even though no one knows the fuck you are, fucker. Anyways, Rey Fenix defeats Nathan Frazier. This match was too competitive for a debut match. So much for this new debut. And then he goes on to say that, you know, "I have rewarded with blood and passion. I want to say this. Do everything is not very anymore." Like, whatever. Okay, we get it. Congrats. Welcome to WWE. I mean, I'm happy for these people. Whatever. It's just like, how does this make any sense in the world of wrestling where you have a guy debuting and he's going 50-50 with a local talent? Well, I'm sorry. I know that Nathan Frazier is not a local talent. It's from NXT. But you're like, it makes it seem like this is a local talent, and yet this guy is having a competitive match with freaking goddamn Rey Fenix. What the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? We get to the backstage area, and we see Santos as he's impressed, like, "Yeah, that's the energy we need." But where was that for you two? Because he's like comparing it to the freaking the Legado del Fantasma people. And then that leads like, "Yeah, I like that energy. You guys saying that this guy's no good. Now where's that energy now? Showcase it." And it leads to like Santos gonna lead a match to like Rey Fenix, where his buddy's gonna face him or whatever. Then Sax is with Braun Strowman. He says, "Yeah, I had enough with sticking his nose in my business, and I'm gonna demolish Jacob in the last man standing match, and me go on to go to WrestleMania and become a Grand Slam champion." And Solo's laughing back. So like, "You have more than a smell werewolf." And then LA Knight joins the conversation and says that Braun doesn't waste energy on this pumpkin head. And then he tells Solo that keep his boys in order. While Braun goes in the prize, and Tamatunga tells like, "You should be worried about it." And then LA Knight says like, "I'm gonna beat your ass" or something. And which leads to already a match that's made for God knows what reason. Drew McIntyre cuts a backstage promo. It's like a pre-tape backstage promo. It says like, I had enough of you. It wasn't enough that I give everything you have. Every big moment in my expense. Every girl you talk to above, bragging you were a champion. That was my title. You kept talking about me getting screwed. You kept being screwed at WrestleMania. You know, after everything I do, you took everything as an advantage to, because you're a piece of crap, you're a coward, and you know you put me through a windshield, you attack me whenever, you screw me over. I might need a miracle. I need praise. Everyone knows when Drew McIntyre prays, bad things happen. So yeah, basically like this is again like building up that feud with Priest. Second match, LA Knight defeats Tamatunga, who did not see this coming. I mean, this match was longer than it needed to be because we already know this happened. Then backstage, you see Paul Heyman. Like, "I just want to say that, you know, whatever CM Punk says, I actually accept. I'll give you a favor, whatever it is. Just tell me what's the favor, and I accept. Now, Tribal Chief, you're here." And then we see some car that's coming in. People thought we Roman, but Seth Rollins, that's a nice heel guy. But this might be, get it? It's planting the seeds, because some people think that Seth Rollins is going to join Paul Heyman at WrestleMania. This is planting the seeds, guys. To me, like, why? Why would Seth Rollins benefit of a Paul Heyman guy, in my honest opinion? Why? Who would care? You know? Maybe it will stop Seth Rollins from saying stupid shit, but like, in the end of the day, I don't even care to see that. Let's be honest. Then we get Ric Flair and Tiffany Stratton in a segment. And a lot of people were talking about this because apparently this segment went off script. Ric Flair comes out. Well, Ric Flair Jr., whatever. It's Charlotte Flair. She comes out in this look. Let's just say this. Charlotte is equivalent to a tranny that's trying to convince you they're a woman. By dressing up in skimpy outfits. Like, literally, that's why I swear, that's what all these disgusting pieces of shits, especially trannies, would do. They think they're so hot shit, or they're trying to convince you, hey, I'm a woman, hear me roar. And yeah, you see these bitches, and they look nothing but fucking post-op trannies. And that's what Charlotte really is. She's literally, what it is. It's Rey Flair from the dead as a post-op tranny. WC Tiffany Stratton comes out. She looks obviously much more like a woman. She's invited to the big black couch, where Ray Bear's hosting this, and then Ric Flair says, "Do you hear that? That's power." Because Gary, the fans are booing. Fans are booing the entire night, and then shit. Tiffany Stratton say, "Hey Chicago, what time is it?" And it's like they're chanting Tiffany time, whatever. Then Ric Flair's, "That's cute." And then Ric Flair, "Well, Brian, you don't want a moment. I haven't done charity work lately, desperation." And then the crowd kept booing her. Because nobody fucking cares what she is. Like, there's no comparison. I'm a woman. Then Tiffany Stratton then says, "Are you done? Wait, did she get her boo in? Listen, Charlotte. Your biggest competitor has never been in this ring. Your back competitors has always been them. And no matter how hard you try, no matter how long you out, it's a battle that you never win. You love to have put this per se on, and nothing gets to you, but like everyone else, you're crying on a boo talk show. Which is it, Charlotte? The sad part is always no matter how many times you win, how many records you break. When it's all said and done, you always come to second to your daddy, Ric Flair. WrestleMania, you're gonna come second to me, Tiffany Stratton. Do you hear that? That's power." And then Ric Flair says, "Oh, is that the only thing? You're not the first woman to say that. Compared to my dad, I'm second, and that doesn't matter if you win 100. And then Tiffany Stratton, "What's the matter? Did cat on your tongue?" And they're like, "Oh, no, I'm sorry, I can't have the last one." Like, "Oh, what is it, Tiffany? What did I say? I can't hear you. It's so squeaky." Whatever. And then get it? And Tiffany then says 16 more days, and you call himself your favorite Nepo baby. Congratulations. Like, I'm 25 years old. I was like, you were trying to become a women volleyball player, in your daddy's basement. When I'm 25 years old, I became a women's champion. You're a queen of shit." So basically, this promo became a rip-off of Cena and Cody. Like, literally, they rip off Cena and Cody with their promo work. Tiffany, then whatever, and then Charlotte says, "Nepo Queen, #1 Nepo Queen," and then Tiffany Stratton says, "When I beat you at WrestleMania, Charlotte, when all said is gone, you're gonna be outside the ring alone. And what's your record? 0-3? Woo!" Because referencing her failed relationships, and then what? Then the wise Kaiser in my DMs. Like, that's for true. I mean, if he is in your DMs, I guess he'd gladly be a tranny lover. I can definitely take Stratton, you know what I mean? It's cool. But at the end of the day, wow. Who the fuck is really gonna DM Charlotte? Unless you're a tranny lover, I swear. I don't know. Or unless, literally, if you have a man fetish, I guess that's why people like Charlotte. I don't know. But yeah, this segment was, well, I mean, it looked real in the end. I don't know, it kind of looked real in the end, because Tiffany kind of ran away. I mean, yeah, why would you run away from that? You kind of makes yourself look weak there. But hey, let's be honest here. Charlotte is like a man, so she'll probably get beat up by the man, unfortunately. So, good on Tiffany for protecting herself, I guess. Nick Aldis says, as a conjunction with Raw General Manager appears, we are going to do a tag team gauntlet for next week, as the winner will face the women's tag champs at WrestleMania. And it's like, great! A gauntlet match. Yeah, that's so exciting. What's worse than a regular gauntlet match? A tag team gauntlet match. I swear to God, it's like So next week doesn't look like there's no reason to care about WrestleMania week next weekend. I mean next week, whatever. Because literally a tag team gauntlet for the women's, like, who the fuck cares? Who cares? God! Third match, we see the Motor City Machine Guns defeating DIY. They all should get DUIs. And then the Street Profits were on commentary, and I don't know why the fuck they're changing musics, and who the fuck cares. Motor City wins, who cares? And how many times we've seen Motor City and DUI, whatever. Miz and Carmelo, they poke fun at Pretty Deadly. They should all just be dead in the end of the day. Who cares about this shit? I don't even know what happened. Fourth match, we then see Naomi get attacked by Jade Cargill, but then she automatically is enough okay to beat B-Fab. Not that anyone cares. Then we see a Damien Priest promo says Drew McIntyre the victim. No holes in your logic, right? You had your moments, but your interception to CM Punk cost you everything. You screwed yourself, but I'm the villain, right? You know everything is everyone's fault but you. But then you attack me. You like a coward. You attacked me, Rumble, Elimination Chamber, cost me everything because I was just that. You're a hypocrite. You make excuses, you're a bitch and complain. I know what you are, Joe. A junkie that gets off the high telling stupid ass jokes every week as a cheap ass pop, and you play the victim every damn week. You don't want to paint me as a villain in your story anymore. I am the villain. It's time to pay. Drew, no look in the shadows. Look at me in the middle of the ring next week, face to face, because I want to stop playing the victim and I want and become my victim at WrestleMania. So basically inciting that they're gonna finally, like, it's gonna lead to finally they're gonna have a match at WrestleMania, which is whatever, it's fine, you know. I mean, you might as well just make the match already. Why do you need to have a face to face? Whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they could already just announce the match. And they could just have, like, they can explain what's their problem and what's going to lead to WrestleMania. That would have been something better, I guess. Anyways, here's the big news that happened during the week, or at least on Friday night. So, Nick Aldis comes out. He says that there's no easy way to say this, but it's better to have somebody that it's not guaranteed that you'll have a career, how long it is, or any match could be your last, which led him to introduce Kevin Owens. So apparently Kevin Owens is injured. I don't know if this is kayfabe or not. But apparently it's real because it's not like he ended up like attacking Orton after the match, because that would have been so typical and very predictable. Unless they're like buying time to make people actually understand and care. But regardless, if it is true, unfortunately, we'll talk about it. So Kevin Owens, he says, I've been doing this for 25 years. And I think that I can confidently say that those 25 years, I really gave it all I have to do in this ring. In those 25 years, because of the industry, I got to live incredible things and personal things I'll never forget. I had a chance to take care of my family that I ever dreamed of. But there's a price and amazing opportunity that it takes toll on your bodies. Every guy and girl back there, the price is at different times. And it seems that it's my turn, because the reality is the last 4 months I've been dealing with a serious neck injury, but I didn't know how serious it was. Thankfully this week I got notice that I need surgery, and that means I won't be able to face Rey at WrestleMania. And I'm very thankful to WWE. The truth is, I don't know how privileged I would be in front of you guys, but I don't know the last few years, and I learned a lot taking everything for granted. I will never take this for granted, so for now, I want to thank you all, and I'm sorry guys, thank you. And then Randy Orton comes out. They have a little face-off where, like, they chat, but then it just lets Kevin Owens leaving. He then confronted a fan that apparently pissed off Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens confronted a fan that pissed him off, supposedly. Which, I guess, you gotta be professional, no matter what. But, I mean, hey, it's kind of not cool if the guy kind of said something when literally Owens is, like, kind of giving his all when he's, like, hurt. It's kind of, like, not right. But here's the thing. Listen, I have a love-hate relationship with Kevin Owens. I mean, don't get me wrong, the guy's like fat and whatever and kind of appeal to smarky fans. But at the end of the day, I don't hate Kevin Owens. I do think there is a likability to him, in my honest opinion. I do like Owens at times. It's just sometimes with WWE's booking. I do think Kevin Owens is one of the examples of WWE's booking that turns him to shit. And that's my problem. But at the end of the day, I don't hate the guy, and I do feel sorry for him. I mean, I feel sorry for anybody that gets hurt. You know what I mean? I know I joke around. Again, it's jokes. The jokes about Chad Gable I said is again it's jokes. So don't say I really want Chad Gable to get Owen Hearted because that's literally jokes. But the thing is, like, what I know in the wrestling industry is everything you're supposed to do, you should try to at least get the match happening. And then that's where you write people off. So I'm kind of confused. Why don't they just wait till WrestleMania to have the match actually happen, to have Kevin Owens take his time? Unless he's literally is like so uncleared, then I don't know what to say. My thing is, what I would have done is I would have they would not have, maybe, who knows. So what would have happened was probably last week, something with Owens literally unfortunately hurt himself. And that's also, that's the thing. I don't get why WWE or anybody when you're building towards WrestleMania, why are these wrestlers doing dangerous shit? Like, this is why I think is a problem. Like, Kevin Owens having that brutal ladder match and having that brutal unsanctioned match right before WrestleMania did not help anything. And now he's missing WrestleMania. So that's a problem. My thing is, and it probably made this injury worse if he had it already. My thing is, what I would have done is Owens done nothing. They keep trying to build it to WrestleMania, and then literally at WrestleMania, the match didn't need to be long. They could literally done something where Orton doesn't have a long match with Kevin Owens. He beat the shit out of Kevin Owens. Punt kick, 1, 2, 3. Owens is injured, and that's an easy way for having gone. I don't understand why that's not an easy way to write off Kevin Owens. I don't know. Because I feel like it does make this storyline flat. And if he's really injured, like, I don't understand why he can't benefit from that. Like, why? Like, that's why matches like that. I mean, I understand that Owens is probably hurt that he can't hurt. Okay, then fine. But like, if there's a way, like, again, the guy's walking. The guy's been doing in-ring stuff lately. You know, with his neck injury. I don't see how hard it is for having him maybe, like, you know, maybe have a little short match with Orton. You know, they have like a little short match, impactful short match. Maybe, you know, where they brawl for a little bit and then Owens do one stunner at least, but then Orton kicks out. That's not enough to finish Orton. But then Orton does an RKO, maybe he does 2 even. But then that's not enough. He's gonna beat the shit out of Kevin Owens, do a punt kick. That's how it ends the match. And Owens is legit injured. It's not so hard. And you know what I would have done? Or I would have done this. I would have made the match an unsanctioned match or even a no DQ match where they kind of brawl around WrestleMania. They brawl around a little bit, do a little cheap, like, you know, weapons type of thing. But it'll be enough, maybe 10 minutes max. And then, like, right when they get in ring, stunner, kick out, Orton does an RKO, kick out. Maybe he does another RKO, but he just puts his head where he's going to be, like, Owens is down, kind of hurts. Punt kick, 1, 2, 3, Owens is done to fix his injury. You know, that's what I would have done. I don't understand why they can't do shit like that. Like, it's all in the, like, because they literally just dropped this storyline now. And it's like, it makes no sense. It's like, where's the payoff? I understand. You can't help when the guy is hurt. But it's like, then it's kind of WWE's fault for why you having him doing dangerous shit when he has a fucking neck issue. And again, why would you have this motherfucker do dangerous shit when you're going to WrestleMania? Like, that's WWE's dumb part for not making sure the wrestlers are okay. Then Orton comes in the ring. Nick Aldis tells him, you know, that means that unfortunately you don't have a WrestleMania match. And then Orton, I can't know to Nick Aldis. A lot of people are thinking that this may lead to him facing Nick Aldis at WrestleMania. I mean, I thought that was the case last year. Wasn't like last year Orton did an RKO to Nick Aldis and that he didn't even face Orton? Is Nick Aldis just a guy who's getting RKOs? I mean, you can't. He didn't do anything last year. Why would I believe that Nick Aldis would do something this year? Or, he's gonna maybe force him to face Aleister Black. Ugh. Which, to me, I don't really care to see that. I don't know. It is what it is. Now, Sami Zayn's no longer on the show. Kevin Owens not, like, so how does that, like... I don't know. I don't freaking know. You know, it is what it is. The last match of the show, the fifth match, Jacob Fatu defeats Braun Strowman in a last man standing match. The match wasn't as like monstrous as the Bronson Reed last man standing match. For a SmackDown match, though, it was a fine last man standing match. I can't complain. You know, it was cool. It's okay. I mean, a bit kabuki, a bit freaking choreographed, where like you kind of tell it's like fakey, where it doesn't look like a real fight. You know, it just too pro wrestling-esque to say, like it's too scripted look like at some parts, where you kind of, and also kind of like predictable. Like we've seen already the barricade spots so many times, and you know, oh, you know, guys get up, and then shit that they done a bunch of times with, you know, whatever Strowman, where oh, you know, gets up after whatever, even like stuff like they kind of ripped off with Jacob Fatu with like what they did with Bronson Reed. I mean, it wasn't a bad match. You know, it's cool to see them like brawling around. They throw some trash cans. We got a little kind of like a chair shot with the face, you know, which kind of was cool. You know, throwing barricade through the two tables, and then Jacob Fatu ended the match with Braun Strowman very weak, where he did a hip thrust onto the head of Strowman through the table, and that's led to Strowman being, you know, count out of 10. Like Strowman, Fatu got up the last minute. The last second, and Jacob Fatu won. Jacob Fatu won the last man standing match. He will face LA Knight at WrestleMania. Not bad, you know, not a bad match. Kind of cool that like the last match before the main event segment. I will say the last hour was kind of cool. You know, I did not hate the last hour of the show. So yeah, and then main event segments. Well, yeah, before that, we see a bunch of women shit, like, who the fuck cares? They're gonna win, we want to win the, women's titles, like, who cares? No one's gonna fucking care about your garbage match. The main event segment, we then see Roman Reigns coming out. He does not even do an entrance where he's, like, so much for the crowd. We don't even see a big entrance with Roman Reigns. He does a pyro, so I guess they ran out of, who knows? They probably ran out of freaking pyro money. So much for your freaking largest gates to give you money, you dumb fucks. But anyways, Roman Reigns comes out, and he's just like, acknowledge me! And then Paul, wise man, yes, my tribal chief. Is he here? Yes, my tribal chief. Where exactly is? Yes, my tribal chief. And is he talking about the period? Yes, my tribal chief. Like, oh, my tribal chief, I love you, my tribal chief. What is something you think of tribal chief? You know what I mean? Like, that's really what the fuck. And Seth Rollins, whatever, CM Punk wouldn't be back here if it wasn't for me. It wouldn't be a main event if it wasn't for me. You're good people, you know, in the same city. I have to like him. Yeah, you're good people. You're people. You're not smart enough. CM Punk has been around forever. He wrestled around the Son of Legends and Hall of Famers, but he's never been part of main event WrestleMania. No, he hasn't until he was introduced to the Tribal Chief. That's right. You hear them chanting for the Tribal Chief in your city. Now I'm here in the ring, and we all come quit wasting my time. Come and give us a favor. Then we see Seth Rollins coming out, and I was like, oh my god, this fucking fag. I'm the revolutionary. Like, shut up, fucking fag. See, I don't know what his little favor is, but I got a feeling that's gonna knock your socks off, and it seem like, but you know, here's the thing. I know you have a problem with me. Look at it, heist of the century. Then last year, me costing you your title at WrestleMania. You know, you have a lot of deals. We could have stopped this at War Games, but you didn't do anything. You didn't pull the trigger. Now we're all celebrating the big Punk Mania at WrestleMania. I took the weekend perspective, but I realized I have two options. Either see you suffer or be left behind and adapt to control reality. And then Roman Reigns says, the reality is you're untrustworthy, and I can say the word loyalty, but I have no clue. CM Punk stands here, I made a promise to wise men. I kept my word. Truth is, I don't call you out. I call a Punk, and then Ron's like, you call a Punk out, you're fine. Let's just get what this flavor is. CM Punk comes out. He says, the favor. What's the favor? The fans are chanting, what's the favor? And then he says, this is about friendship. This is about legacy. This is about promises made and promises kept. This is about loyalty. Paul, this goes back to 4400 Sheffield Road in Louisville, Kentucky. One is day one. I showed up and they said I don't belong here. And I told you to fire, and they told you to fire me, and you said, hell no. Hell, your wise man is just that. He's wise beyond his years. He projected this years ago on television, Monday Night Raw, and everyone says I forgot about it, and then didn't mean to I have. And I could, if I could throw back the day that left this company on Big Show's bus, you and me, RVD, standing there, talking among themselves, and I made it about me. I said, Paul, they're going to fire me, Paul. Without you, I'm nothing. And Paul says, don't leave. He said, no, you'll be fine. Like, I'm leaving. And no, you're not be fine. You could thank me by main eventing WrestleMania. Force them to deal with us. We'll not be here anymore, but we're going to force you. And then my tribal chief, I'm going to force you to be out of your comfort zone. I'm going to force you to deal with us because at WrestleMania main event, your corner, your wise man, my best friend, Paul Heyman. So the favor is to just have Paul Heyman there at the match. So he's just going to be there. But he's going to be at Punk's corner. Won't it make sense to maybe just have Paul Heyman be on the corners of both men? Probably. And maybe, I don't know, like, offer his expertise to, like, kind of coach both men? Like, because what would stop him from that? We kind of figured that might what happened, you know what I mean? That's what might probably happen. He's going to probably console Roman 1 minute, and he's going to console Punk in 1 minute. It's going to be dumb dissension bullshit. And I really hope this does not lead to some garbage Rollins turn where he gets joined by Paul Heyman, because to me that's gay. I'm sorry. Then Roman says, that's the favorite. You understand? He loves me, right? He needs me. I saved him. Even if I let him, he wouldn't. Wise man. Here's my tribal chief. And he's like teary-eyed, like, so I feel like this is so dramatic. Like you're like going through like motions with your girlfriend. It's like, tell me you're not going to be on his side. Let this best be fooled out. Like, no, my tribal chief, I can't. And it's like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, am I seeing, like, oh, like, this is equivalent to, like, a girl leaving her ex, or whatever, with her current dude, and then the favor is, like, I have to give him the favor, give him that one last chance. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, that makes no sense. But, you know, that's some crazy shit that actually might happen, you know what I mean? But, like, I'm sorry, but this is just lame. It doesn't mean it's good if it happens in real life, you know? This doesn't make any sense. It's kind of lame. Like, I would expect the favor is, okay, if Punk wins this match, he'll immediately be a Night 2's main, or maybe, who knows, he'll get an opportunity where that favor is, he gets to kind of cash in on a moment where he can face Cena right after WrestleMania Night 2. He kind of basically he pulls a Hulk Hogan, basically. That's what I would do. He would pull a Hulk Hogan and pins John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania Night 2. That's what I would do. And that kind of goes full circle. You know, with Punk, he was Cena's gangster, right? And then he beat Cena at the main event of WrestleMania. That's kind of a good way to end the show. You know? After all, Cena's not going to be at WrestleMania. I mean, after WrestleMania. I mean, he'll be on Backlash. I mean, you could do that. You could do Cena versus Punk at Backlash, even though the idea would be Cena versus Orton, I think. And the other thing, like, kind of advertising Orton's, which I would think that would be cool, you know. I don't know, maybe plans kind of changed now because of, again, with Owens and whatever. I don't know. In the end of the day, I don't know. We didn't see CM Punk. He attacks Paul Heyman. He attacks Roman Reigns after, like, he kind of, like, goes to Paul Heyman. And then, like, and it does GTS, and like, oh, no, my tribal, oh, my God! And then, like, oh, wow, that's a little cliffhanger. Everyone's distracted, and then CM Punk does the sleep sign, and Braun just gets out of the ring. CM Punk stands tall. Again, I thought the show was better than last week. It's a better show than usual. I did not hate the show. I just think the favor is just dumb and retarded. I just thought it's dumb. Like, that's the favor. And, like, who cares? I'm sorry, it's kind of gay. The favor is just gay. Like, really? That's the favor? It's not exciting. It's like picking a parent. My daddy swing me. You know, it's like fucking you're trying to have a parent. Like, who gets to swing me in the swings? Like, God. Like, he could just be there to fucking support both of you. I don't know. Again, this is just typical WWE making this about Paul Heyman. Everything's about Paul Heyman. Like, so dragged down and like, ugh. Come on. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just keep real. That's how the show literally ends. To me, not exciting. I'm just keep real. Get your games, quotes, my Disney Spire, Mr. Bitch, go, oh shit. That's what I'm done, guys. Until next time, peace, yeah, bye. Oh my god, I'm gonna be in your favor, championship. Go my favor. I'm a favor. I'm gonna lick you up the ball hole. Like, shut up. Till next time, peace, yeah, bye. The fuck is that?